Okay, when I'm reading this out loud to the kids, it goes something like this. I'll say, "Have you ever heard the saying, 'Don't judge a book by its cover'?" And then I hold the book, The Forestall, up because it is kind of a boring cover, and I talk about how I probably wouldn't have picked this book up, but we all like it and we find it super engaging. So we're glad that we did. So, if so, you probably understand that this question urges us to look beyond the surface of something to find what is important or meaningful beyond that first glance. Looking beneath the surface is exactly what literary analysis means. And then that's when I stop and I'll tell them it just means to look at something really deeply. And then I talk about how if I read The Forestall by the pool, it would be a lot different than reading it in class. If I was reading it over the summer by the pool, I wouldn't do any extra work associated with it. However, when we're reading it out loud in class, we're keeping a double entry journal. We are making intentional text to text, text to self connections. We are just like analyzing it. We're looking for claims and evidence. We're doing all kinds of like really deep thinking attached to this book. And that's what it means to analyze a text or do a literary analysis. It says to analyze literature is to understand that writers make conscious choices about creating characters, settings, and conflicts. And this is when I go into the author, Chris Rylander, why he made certain choices. Like, why did he choose to make the students middle schoolers when he could have made them any age? And we say that it's because there are elementary school students in the book and there are high school students in the book, and it's important to have that middle school voice because they're right in the middle. And skipping down here, it says, when you write a literary analysis, you show that you appreciate and understand how writers express an idea or theme through the way a character responds to a conflict. And we talk about the different ways that the different characters in the Forestall respond to a conflict. The next part was really fun. The kids had a really, when I was kind of thinking aloud with it, I brought up Kitten. And Kitten is this character in the book that Chris Rylander wrote, The Forestall. And he is a super funny character. He looks very innocent and he looks like a little prep, and his hair is kind of spiked and he wears little Argyle sweaters. But the other characters continuously refer to him as a psycho or psychotic. And he is kind of evil. So we talk about how well Chris Rylander wrote that character, and how believable he is. His appearance, his actions, his speech, and the way that the other characters in the Forestall kind of talk about him. So, I mean, essentially, I'm reading this entire learning focus, what is a literary analysis, and we keep bringing in examples from the Forestall, so those kids are connecting to it immediately. And I have them kind of mark up the text as we go. So I just wanted to give you my thinking on it. We don't just kind of read it and let it go. I really try to attach it to something that they already know, attaching it to their schema, attaching it to their experience with this text. And hopefully then they can write about it when they do their own literary analysis.